I was gonna open up this video with something completely different, and I forgot what it was gonna be, so we're just gonna do the same character again. I usually like to display something in 2 episodes minimum, unless something goes completely wrong, but that's only if something goes completely wrong. Otherwise, all you need to know is that I did switch off my mysteries, so you'll see them differently, but that's something that could be, you know, seen once I get to the other side of the, thingamajiggy. I forgot what backstory I'm on. I'm actually just gonna put World of Horror for the moment, and I think I'm guessing wrong all the way, but whatever. It's as random is. So as we get into Yogatag, World of Horror, and I Need a Cough, we will be playing with the separate prepare action, and we'll see what happens when you use just a regular weapon. So second mystery, charisma, knowledge, second encounter, light, and maybe a dexterity check. Keeping in mind that a lot of times when I lose in World of Horror specifically, it's due to my own brain, although that's actually true for other games as well. I think we still you could pick the hardware store. I just like picking the illegal den these days. And with 5 perception, the army knife will serve me well regardless. So, as we library notes our way in, the more important thing to note for this character is that if we go with what I'm going to show you in a moment, we won't be getting as many ingredients, but I don't know if we'll need to worry about ingredients. There will be runs, however. It is very, not binary, it is very extreme in both cases, and I'll explain what I mean in about 5 seconds. Footage, Festival, Flood, Cicadas, Taxi. So, what I mean by what I just said is that if I go into prepare here, and I grab the saucepan instead, since the saucepan isn't a weapon, we won't be getting weapons from a prepared PERM weapon with this character. That's important because there will be some runs in which you don't get any ingredients for whatever reason, because maybe you're lacking funds, maybe you get pickpocketed somewhat, and if that happens, the more direct consequence is that you can't do the cooking competitions, which actually hurts this character. I believe it hurts this character immensely. Even if say we lose 20 experience, I think the character loses more than that. But if it were just 20 experience, that's quite a lot. And how do I know that? It's because the reference I'm using is Yashiro. Yashiro needs minimum 20. I think at some point he needed 50 experience. I think it's 33. I haven't played Yashiro in a long time. I played him. I think I played him recently, but you get the point. It's not very fun needing an extra 20 experience to level up. So if we apply that to this character who doesn't have Zeal and I think Yashiro has one other okayish at least perk. Especially if you need the perk, but even if you don't, leveling up is still gonna be good for your accuracy, in which this character again would be in a lot of pain to do, because the other side of that is I have to prepare for funds here, which means the doom I spend that I could have spent in the market getting ingredients is now spent getting a weapon. I could use this. 3 dexterity is kind of painful for the butterfly knife specifically, so we're gonna grab, I was gonna say, if the ally is good, we're gonna grab Ryoko, but we're really just kind of fishing for really the army knife, but doesn't seem like we're gonna get it. So, I've kind of not been avoiding the Q stick, and the reason is because it eventually breaks. So, we can't turn this into a kick run. We already have Ryoko, so we're kind of committed at this point. Unfortunately, we're not getting any usable weapon, so shrug. Also, this tonkotsu ramen is something I added. It's not available anywhere, so I really should just take this out. Not because it is taking up a slot that I can buy a weapon with, but But as we sit here, you know, funny enough, now I want to run into out of funds so I can get funds to go to the market. But we'll see if we actually get to do that, because if we just have to go to the cooking competition like this, yeah, it's not gonna be great. We're also gonna get stuck in the forest in a hot moment, so I might actually want a tree for funds here. I'm a bit worried now. So, this character doesn't normally have an event HP, or like a normal HP problem, and the reason I say that is because when she makes certain food, or especially if you have the saucepan and you can make bento boxes, you shouldn't need to be worrying about a thing. Also, this is slot B, right? It is sloppy. But I probably just want to end up using it because now I already have the Medusa mask. And you run into quite a few bit of Eldritch enemies, in my opinion at least. The problem is we have a lot of Doom, so yeah, I think we just have to walk for it. Let's just at least, if nothing else, showcase what happens when we go in with no funds. Otherwise, I was actually waiting for this, but I got out of funds right as I entered the forest, so that makes me feel so sad. So, let's find out. I thought that mystery yakitori, which is a base World of War item, can substitute something, but at this point, we're just here to find out. So, use funds, and use funds. If we can sell something, I might just sell it. Oh, that doesn't count. So, pain. Do I dare sell the Medusa mask? No. So we're just going to take the hit here and move on with life. So an extra 14 experience. Again, that is a lot. Like, just it's not nearly free, but if you play this character properly, you will get important things. So experience plus a recovery item here, which could be used with the mystery yakitori. So I saw something and I wasn't sure if I was seeing things properly. Anywho, but yes, it's important. I don't remember what the penalty is. I don't want to purposely do it though. If you want to, please, well, again, note that you have to play this character with PERM. There is a non-PERM version of this character, but obviously if you want to play with all this stuff that this character has, you would need to download PERM and use it with World of War with this character also installed. Nice miss on 85%, by the way, game. I'm shaking my head in real life. But otherwise, there was something I really wanted to mention, but I'm forgetting it at the moment, so maybe I'll remember, maybe I won't. But otherwise, again, to note here, don't even get to use the saucepan. We can still, I think... Let's see, yeah, so you need basically a main type of ingredient, which normally is an item that you can just eat or some kind of meat, but also you can use potatoes and the ritual mask pumpkin or mummified heart or any item. So this kind of goes into, so this is something that I don't really mind when developers, creators, content creators for DLC do things like this. It's when you add basically items that can replace one of these, because otherwise you have a long piece of text that you can't fit within 4 lines in this case of World of War. Also, just noting, last of the secondary ingredients consist of the remaining food items, including energy drinks and taiyaki. So these are including the other types of ingredients that you may pick up with this character in PERM. So they're all PERM items, but to note, you can also use obviously base items, because the mummified heart, long pig steak, and the ritual mask pumpkin are base items, although the ritual mask pumpkin, unless you purposely go out of your way to find it, you're not going to likely pick it up, in my opinion at least. So, cicadas, taxi, we do want to take care of flood at some point. The question is, do I do taxi first or do I do flood first? If we take taxi, we might be able to just one-shot the first enemy of flood, so that's why we're going to take taxi first. We also have healing items for it, but we'll see. So, as Yogat, yeah, that's right, we're also taking Doom from Yogatag, so shrug, but we'll do our best. So we should be able to just do something like this. In fact, this is guaranteed. So we take -2 all for this, but we at least get out. That being said, handcuffs, I feel like I can make a bento here. Am I going crazy? No. Yeah, no, we can't. None of these, theoretically, none of these work. So let's just move on for the moment. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me. Because I haven't looked at it. Nice 12 roll. I swear that was a 12 roll. So 2-turn cooking in 2 turns there will be a cooking contest. We can sell this grilled dish. But this should, if nothing else, break even for me if I sell this to try and use it for ingredients. But I guess we'll see. Out of curiosity, can I sell the spider cakes? I can. This is a PERM item, I believe, too. So 3 stamina, -1 max reason. We're not in Kadak, so we thankfully don't have to suffer. But what we can do instead is, because I was holding out for a thingamajiggy, but I think it's fine. We'll see. Hold on, let's just do one investigation. Nope. So part-time work instead, because I know that funds will come out no matter what. However, now if we fail, I think we lose 1 stamina. I don't know if that was a change, because I don't remember that much. But either way, I mean, it's fair enough. If you fail, you should take some loss, not just get a guarantee. An example of this is, I think, I forgot the exact one. I was gonna say I was gonna swerve to Miku's and say Miku's event where she works as a waitress, but that doesn't count either. So read, get funds, profit, mash dishes in the village, but we need to visit this market first. So let's store this so we have things to use. We can also store the saucepan. And let's grab stuff. Was it mash dish? I'm gonna just guess mash dish. And off we go. This is a maxed out level village, isn't it? Note here that I am using up Doom here, but again, if you don't do these cooking competitions, it really hurts. It's not like the end-all be-all, but it is something you need to deal with. Unfortunately, I am so sad. No, I was about to say, I failed. I assumed I lost. Grand prize. So, let's see here. Bonus points when used as a contest ingredient. Out of curiosity, we don't even have enough. Actually, lump of flesh. Can I use that with the saucepan? No. So, wait, am I going crazy? Use, create, yeah, okay, yeah. So if you use it and you don't have the ingredients, it shows you the message, I assume. I really should look at these ETO files. My Doom is shooting up through the roof, by the way. That makes me very sad, but not really much else I can do about it for the moment. I shouldn't have taken the Doom. As much as that gives me experience, So, we just throw out attacks and hope for the best. Really should just play it safe here, but I'm just going to throw out attacks and hope for the best. Yeah, in fact, we actually do need to do that, because otherwise we don't do enough damage. So, can I fit a normal? Yeah, I can. So, pretty much like 66-ish%. And thankfully we hit it. We get a map for our trouble, and I actually do want to keep that map. So, thankfully the lump of flesh does not spoil as a base World of Horror item. And I do think there are some items that are needed to be like that. I'm not using my English correctly, but basically it's all fine. So, as we take our cigarettes, right? Yeah, cigarettes, and move on. I'm worried about the Doom. The Doom is what we're worried about. So, yeah, we lose 2 funds for our trouble, so be it. And once we enter this, I might just run through the forest. I should have actually taken the handcuffs if I were going to do that, because now I'm not sure if I have enough HP to survive. So, we will use the cigarettes. I think we can eat the produce as well. Yeah. No. Well, yes, we can eat it. No, it will not heal my stamina, so I made a bit of a mistake. So, we're going to take over the wheel here. And at this point, I think using the gun essentially allows you to skip a stat check, which is good enough already, but that's my guess because I don't remember what the exact. I'm sure it does other stuff as well, but if both of these are stat checks, then, like, objectively speaking, using the gun here allows you to save. Never mind, you can fail the check. I mean, if it's a different stat check, there's still some strategy to it, but meh. But if the game just decides to roll 12s left, right, and center, I mean, there's really nothing else you can do. So I think we're going to be in this chase unless we crash. Unfortunately, I don't have a choice here because the game is not rolling well for me. So we just take it in the face, I guess. We thankfully only take -1 all. The problem is we need to trade off reason to heal stamina. Otherwise, we die. So let's see. I think I can do this for 2 turns. But we're going to need more than that, I feel. Yeah, we're going to need more than that. We need to hit every single attack. We did not. So at this point, the question to ask is, can we do anything else? No. I'm not going to be making bento, so all this turns into is an item to throw. It does 2 damage. And I have to throw things. I have to throw things. So, at this point, I think I do. This is 11 damage, I believe, per attack, but we're rolling 50-50. And if I'm doing math wrong again, I really need to correct myself. But it is 11 per. Yeah, 11 HP per. And on top of the HP we're missing, and never mind, we're dead because we don't have. Actually, no, we have an item to heal us. We can also level up, but I'd rather eat something that we have available than deal with the problem that we have in our face. So. Spider cakes, right? Spider cakes? Spider cakes. We'll take out other healing. I should actually take the lump of flesh out. I think it does more healing, but it's fine. So, we need, because we need to carry all these ingredients, funny enough, we're going to get rid of the cookbook with my own recipe. And we can store this. So, while held in inventory, every investigation, 10% chance of getting a food item. I'm just going to assume we don't need it. I'm going to use the inventory. We're in flood, aren't we? Yeah, we're in flood. Actually, thinking, hold on. We don't need this. It would be nice. Can replace mashing or when cooking when you need to use the branch, which is useful. I think it's also for grilling. The problem is, I guess I'm going to take the gamble here. So what I mean by that is I could just take out a bunch of healing items. I mean, we did take out every healing item. But what I mean by that is I want to use them for the competition, because the lump of flesh can also be used when grilling. Guess we're going to find out, though. So, can we one-shot this? 18? Yes, we certainly can. So, again, each one of these is at least 10 damage, so I don't need to think about math. But we get Ryoko plus bonus damage, so what I'm really worried about, though, is the investigation right here. If we can get past this, we'll be fine. I would like a mask. And since I don't think we can use this grilled dish anywhere else, so we're going to actually eat it. We get the full stamina from it. And let's equip this mask so we have more inventory space, funny enough. So, let's actually rest once and see. No, you should rest twice if you rest once, because at that point, shrug. But I think I would have failed that even with 5 knowledge because we had a modifier, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, as you can see here, I'm concentrating on the cooking competition. I think it can appear because I believe the creator adjusted the timing for, mysteries that can be short, like this one. So we're going to purposely walk forward for a moment, but it would be nice to get some good RNG. So we're gonna just force ourselves to eat. What does stats matter? And yeah. So whoopsie doopsie. Does that penalize me? I don't remember. I wasn't looking. So whoopsie doopsie. 7 reason and a whole lot of pain. So off we go. Maybe you don't have a cooking competition in Flood, but again, that's just me guessing. So, I think we just go for broke here. In fact, we can guarantee 1 attack. And we have to gamble 90% on the other. The problem is, I don't know if we have enough reason to survive this. Never mind. We do have enough reason to survive. I probably should have just purposely waited to eat that, actually, because we could have been able to desperate struggle. And never mind, we missed the 90%. We wouldn't have been able to. All right. Good to see my own RNG against myself validified. Or my own opinion of my own RNG validifying my own thing. Am I using the right word? I'm going crazy. Self-proclaimed grammar, not nerd, but grammar junkie, but also self-proclaimed writer. Cicadas, and I think... What, did we have another thing? No, Taxi. Taxi was our other cut. Yeah, so Cicadas and Festival. We'll take Festival now to get the rest in. We have 71% Doom, I just realized, but I need to rest here, because if I rest outside, doesn't feel good. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. I think we still have monument uses, so if we get out of Festival, we should have a way out. Now, is it going to be possible? I'm not sure. I feel like letting the ritual happen was the Doom decrease, but whoopsie doopsie, torn muscle. That's not great, by the way, but I can't get rid of it at this point, so all we did was just offset our Ryoko passive. And now I'm wondering if I will survive. Will stats matter at some point? I guess we'll find out. So, let's see what we can do. We can't do much. Shrug. That's the end of the sentence. So, lump of flesh we can grill. So use the flesh. Use the branch replacement, and we use our funds here, and off we go. Now, should I have taken this level up? But that's all I can really say for myself. It's Doom that I'm worried about, by the way. We could eat these lumps of... Actually, I feel like these fresh chunks of flesh used to heal less. Unless it's because they're fresh that they're healing more. But I think we get hunger from it. Now, this character actually does interact with hunger in a very unique way. Unfortunately, I'm not making use of the primary item or items that would be used with hunger. Although, with the preparation events that this character has, the ones where you can go hunting, go shopping, work for funds, so on and so forth. Oh my goodness, by the way. Yeah, we have to actually... This is actually more efficient for us. But, That event, I think, has the hunger choice as well. You know what? We will, if we need the stamina. I think we will need the stamina at some point, but I guess we'll find out. So, yeah, we will need the stamina. We lost Bat, by the way, so we can't heal the stamina back. So, yum. And let's see here. I think if you use it a second time, or if you basically use another stack of fresh chunks of flesh, or chunks of flesh in general, the item, you get hunger. And if I'm wrong about that, I guess we'll find out. Depends if I'll need the stamina. So we don't have fun, so we just take the risk here. You want to fail that check, funny enough. And let's monitor. Don't ask for stamina, please. Okay, fine. We eat the second one. Am I going crazy? I thought this was hunger. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Anywho, we do want to trade the stamina. I don't feel comfortable with 80 plus Doom normally. Yeah, that's all I have to say. That being said, yeah, that's right. I was just reminded. Oh, I said I flipped my mysteries around. I did not. Well, just know that I did. So how I do it is that I basically use the spin the wheel app or site, and I just choose mysteries from there. I have like a list that's like, hey, choices 1 through X, where X is the number of mysteries I'm putting in, and that's how I replace my mysteries randomly. But I didn't do that because I was like, I feel like I did cicadas before. I did. So, cooking practice, I guess. It's been a while. So, pack bentos, question mark, even though we don't have anything. So I guess we just get out and move on with life. Devise new recipe, let's see what happens, and I don't know what happened, so... We need to enter the contest, though, so I guess we will take out something. I should have actually taken out the journal, but too late. And I don't want to actually do anything else, so I guess we're just going to go... Was it Seaside? We're going to find out. Nicotine withdrawal! That's not good, by the way, but... yeah, we don't have anything, so we're just going to just leave things up to chance. So, again, you see I'm getting points here because I'm passing these checks here and there, but boy, oh boy, yeah, I didn't get anything. So, off we go. We get a long pig steak for our trouble, we'll eat it. That will definitely give us hunger, but... Haha, I have no funds. But, I don't think we'll see kind of the effect. And in fact, with 95% Doom, we can't even survive. So, cicadas, by the way, so we need to trade off reason. Or nothing. So, can we sell this, by the way? We can. We have to, by the way. Yeah, the character's sad for it, but I had no choice. So, trade off 2 funds and cross our fingers. Yogatag, that's right, was getting furious, so I'm just going absolutely insane. So, I guess we just die. 95%. You cannot... I mean, unless you're Toshiaki and you have Thought Flash or something like that, but just know that even with the Doom, we might have actually just died to stamina. Yeah, knowledge, we fail. Dexterity, we fail. If we have the 6th floor, we don't, but we're off by 1 Doom, really. Ugh. I did it to myself. I knew better. I knew I had to go check the lighthouse again, but if we did, we would have traded off 3 reasons, so I guess it was not a great situation to be in. So we did footage, and I think we took taxi, because I was like, oh, taxi, and then flood and rest. But that's not going to save us here, so... That being said, Yogatag not triggering might have helped. Maybe avoiding Yogatag just once would have helped, but... so funny enough, we would have survived here, stamina-wise, because we can do this. Does Quick Shopper proc on the character's events? Well, I guess I'll never find out, because I as much as I would like to do a 3rd episode, I do want to keep moving on with, giving a fair look at other PERM stuff, if it's just not my own for some reason, because, I just make custom content. I don't remember what my thing was. We did footage. I feel like I did fight the Leech Girl. There's no way I went so far and then fought the replacement driver in Taxi. So it had to be the Glue Corpse, right? Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, we don't have any more Doom, so I guess I'll see you in the next video. The character's nicely made. Again, I highly recommend playing the character if you're willing to get perma.